Have you ever held a glass of drink, and suddenly asked yourself, is the drink I enjoy every day really good for my body? The question may be simple, but the answer can be very important. Especially as we enter more mature years. Imagine a quiet morning. The sun is slowly rising, the air is still fresh, and in your hand is your favorite drink. Maybe it's warm tea. Maybe it's coffee. Maybe it's a sweet, refreshing drink. Drinks are often our little companions. A companion when starting the day. A companion when chatting with family. A companion when enjoying quiet time. However, did you know that some very common drinks in the world, if consumed too often, can have impacts we don't realize? This isn't to scare us. This isn't to stop us from enjoying life, but to help us be wiser in our choices. The human body is like a garden that has been tended for decades. It's beautiful, it's full of experiences, and a beautiful garden needs the right water, gentle care, and a little attention every day. In this video, we'll discuss 5 very popular drinks around the world. Drinks you probably already have in your kitchen, but there's one that's quite surprising. Drink number 3 is still very commonly consumed by many people every day. Maybe even by ourselves. But remember one important thing. Healthy living isn't about depriving ourselves of all pleasure. Healthy living is about balance, a little more wisdom, a little more awareness, a little more care for the body that has accompanied us throughout our lives. Because ultimately, our goal isn't just to live longer, but to live with lighter, healthier, and more grateful days. Let's discover together the stories behind these drinks. Who knows, one small change today could make our bodies feel happier for years to come. Imagine a quiet morning, the air is still cool, the sun has just come in through the window. And in your hand is a cup of your favorite beverage. Maybe it's warm tea, maybe it's coffee, or maybe it's a refreshing sweet drink. In many places around the world, small moments like these feel very familiar. It's as if the drink is gently saying, "Good morning, let's start this day together." But there's one small question we rarely think about. What if some of the drinks we enjoy every day actually need to be more thoughtful, especially as we get older? This doesn't mean we should be afraid. This doesn't mean we should stop enjoying life. Not at all. Because healthy living isn't about banning everything, but about understanding and choosing wisely. The human body, especially after the age of 60, is like a house that's been standing for decades. It's strong. It's full of memories. It's weathered many seasons. But of course, a long-standing home needs more tender and caring care. So do our bodies. What we eat, what we drink, slowly shapes our future health. In this video, we'll discuss 5 drinks that, according to various health studies, if consumed too frequently or in excess, can increase the risk of serious diseases, including cancer. But again, this video isn't meant to scare you. Think of it like a casual conversation with an old friend sitting on a park bench, sharing stories about how to stay healthy in the golden years of life. And there's one thing that's quite surprising. Drink number 3 is still very commonly consumed by many people around the world. Maybe you've even had it. But before we get into the first topic, if you enjoyed this calm, informative, and inspiring video about health in your later years, please hit the subscribe button. That way, we can continue to share stories, knowledge, and inspiration about healthy living, living peacefully, and living happily in your golden years. Because old age isn't the end of the journey. In fact, it's often the wisest time in life, now. Let's start with the first drink. High sugar drinks. Let's imagine our bodies like a beautiful garden. The garden has been tended for decades. There are large, sturdy trees, there are beautiful flowers. There are quiet paths for leisurely strolls. But a beautiful garden can only survive if the water it receives is balanced. Not too little, not too much. High sugar drinks, like soft drinks, soda, energy drinks, or very sweet bottled drinks, do taste delicious. When you drink them, they taste like little fireworks on your tongue. Sweet, refreshing, enjoyable. It's no wonder so many people around the world love them. But when sugar enters the body in too much and too frequently, the body has to work harder. Imagine the body as a loyal worker in a large factory. If the worker is given reasonable tasks, he can perform well. But if the worker is given too heavy a load every day, over time, he can become exhausted. Health studies in various countries show that long-term excessive sugar consumption can be linked to obesity, diabetes, inflammation in the body, and an increased risk of several types of cancer. But it's important to remember one very important thing. The problem isn't just the drink itself. The problem is the quantity and the habit. A glass of sweet drink at a family party, or when hanging out with the grandchildren, is part of the joy of life, and happiness is also important for health. But if sugary drinks become a daily habit, several times a day, then our bodies may start to say quietly, maybe this is too much. That's why health experts often offer simple advice. If you want something refreshing, try occasionally choosing water, light tea, or natural fruit juice without added sugar. That way, your body will stay refreshed and light. Second, drink drinks that are too hot. Now we're talking about something that might sound very simple. The temperature of the drink. In many cultures around the world, people love hot drinks. Hot tea in the morning. Hot coffee while working. Hot soup on a cold night. A hot drink feels like a warm blanket on the body. It provides comfort, but health researchers have discovered something interesting. If a drink is too hot and consumed at a very high temperature consistently, it can irritate the inside of the throat. Imagine the throat as a small path traversed by thousands of steps every day. If those steps are gentle, the path remains smooth. But if that path is traversed daily by something too hot, over time, the surface can become sensitive. That's why many health organizations around the world recommend something very simple. If a drink feels too hot, wait a moment. Let it cool down a bit. Take a breath, savor the aroma, and then drink slowly. Sometimes in life, waiting a minute or two can make things so much better. And it also gives us the opportunity to enjoy the small moments more calmly. As we enter more mature years, we begin to realize one simple thing. Health isn't just about medicine or hospitals. Health often comes from small habits practiced every day. Such as choosing lighter drinks, drinking slowly, giving the body time to rest. Small things like these, done over the years, can be a huge gift to our bodies. We've already identified drinks that need careful attention. First, drinks with too much sugar. Second, drinks that are too hot. The two are not enemies. But as with many things in life, balance is the key to wisdom. Stay healthy, stay calm, and enjoy each day with gratitude. Next, we'll discuss a drink that's very popular in various countries around the world. Interestingly, some people even drink it almost every day without a second thought. Imagine a relaxing afternoon. You're sitting in your favorite chair, perhaps on the balcony, or in the small garden in front of your house. The breeze is blowing gently. In your hand is a glass of a pleasant-smelling drink. Perhaps it's refreshing and bubbly. Perhaps it's warm and gently bitter. Drinks are often part of the little moments that make life feel good. But as we discussed earlier, the human body in adulthood is like a garden that's been growing for decades. The garden is still beautiful, still strong, but of course, it needs to be tended more wisely. Not with fear, but with deeper understanding. And we'll discuss the next drink that's often talked about in the world of health. And most interestingly, drink number 3 is a very common drink throughout the world. In fact, chances are, you've even enjoyed it. Let's get started. The third drink, alcoholic beverages. Let's start with a little story. In many places around the world, people often celebrate important moments with a drink. On birthdays, when meeting old friends, when celebrating small successes in life. A glass of drink is often seen as a symbol of togetherness and celebration. And it's true, in many cultures, alcoholic beverages such as wine, beer, or spirits have been part of social traditions for hundreds of years. However, health scientists in various countries have discovered something important. If alcohol is consumed in large amounts and over a long period of time, it can increase the risk of several types of cancer. For example, liver cancer, oral cancer, throat cancer, and several other types of cancer. Why does this happen? Imagine our body like a busy city. There are roads. There are houses. There is a cleaning system that works every day. When alcohol enters the body, our liver has to work hard to process and clean it. If it's only an occasional drink, the body can still handle it well. However, if consumed too frequently and in excess, the body's systems can become overly tired. However, it's important to understand one crucial point. Many health experts say that very small amounts or infrequent consumption aren't necessarily a problem for some people. The concern is the habit of consistently overdrinking. As the wise saying goes, a little can be good medicine, but too much can be a burden. Therefore, for many people in their later years, the best choice is often to drink very judiciously, or choose lighter alternatives. For example, mineral water, herbal tea, or natural fruit juice. The body often prefers simplicity. The fourth drink. Drinks with excessive colorings and additives. Now let's talk about something we often see in supermarkets. The shelves are full of brightly colored drinks. Some are bright red. Some are flashy blue. Some are very bright yellow. These drinks often look very appealing, especially to children and teenagers. But adults sometimes enjoy them too. The taste is sweet. The color is beautiful. The packaging is attractive. However, some packaged drinks contain many additives, such as artificial colors, artificial sweeteners, preservatives, and certain chemicals. Think of our body as a very simple and natural kitchen. Our body actually processes natural and simple ingredients more easily. Water, fruit, tea, milk. But when too many additives enter the body, the digestive and metabolic systems have to work harder to process them. Some studies suggest that long-term consumption of certain additives may be linked to health problems. Although, of course, research on this is still developing. That's why many health experts around the world recommend a simple principle. The more natural our drinks, the better they are for the body. This doesn't mean all packaged drinks should be avoided completely. No, but as always, balance is key. Enjoying a packaged drink occasionally is fine. But for everyday habits, our bodies are often happier with more natural and simpler choices. There's a simple wisdom that often emerges as one enters adulthood. That life doesn't actually need too many complicated things. Often, happiness comes from simple things. A glass of cold water after a morning walk. Warm tea while reading a book. Or sitting with family while enjoying a soft drink. The human body is actually very wise. It gives us small signals every day. If we learn to listen to those signals, we can maintain our health longer. We've already learned about the next drink. Drink number 3. Alcoholic beverages if consumed in excess. Drink number 4. Beverages with too many additives and artificial colors. These drinks don't necessarily cause disease. However, if consumed too frequently over a long period of time, several studies have shown increased health risks. Next, we'll discuss drink number 5, a drink that may seem very simple, very common, and even considered safe by many. But interestingly, many people around the world don't realize that how we consume this drink can make a huge difference to their health. Imagine a quiet morning. Birds begin to sing softly. The air feels fresh. Someone sits in a chair by the window, holding a cup of hot drink. A small steam rises slowly from the cup. Its aroma gently spreads through the room. This drink has been a faithful companion of humans for hundreds of years. People drink it while working, while chatting with friends, while reading a book, even as they start their day. That drink is coffee. But like many things in life, it's not just what we drink that determines its impact, but also how much and how we drink it. And we'll discuss the final drink on this list. And after that, we'll answer an important question that's probably on many people's minds. Do these 5 drinks really cause cancer in older adults, or do they simply increase the risk if consumed in excess? Let's get started. The 5th drink. Coffee with too much sugar and cream. Coffee is one of the most popular beverages in the world. In America, in Europe, in Asia, in almost every country. People enjoy coffee in their own way. For some, coffee is a faithful morning companion. The aroma alone can brighten the day, but coffee is actually like a sharp kitchen knife. If used wisely, it's very beneficial, but if used excessively, it can cause problems. Pure coffee itself doesn't directly cause cancer, and many studies even show that moderate amounts of coffee can have health benefits. But what often becomes a problem is what's added to coffee. In many places, coffee is often mixed with large amounts of sugar, sweet syrups, high-fat cream, artificial sweeteners. Sometimes a single cup of sweetened coffee can contain the equivalent of several spoonfuls of sugar. Think of our body as a car designed to run on simple, clean fuel. If we consistently feed it too much fuel, the engine will work harder. In the long term, excessive sugar and fat consumption can increase the risk of obesity, diabetes, chronic inflammation, and several serious diseases, including cancer. But again, this doesn't mean coffee should be avoided entirely. Many people enjoy a cup or two of coffee a day without any problems. The key is simply one thing: moderation. Coffee with a little sugar, or even no sugar, is often a much better choice, and interestingly, many people find that after a while, they start to enjoy the natural flavor of coffee itself. As we enter adulthood, we begin to understand something very valuable. That health doesn't always come from major changes. It often comes from small changes made every day, such as cutting back on sugar, waiting for drinks to be cooler, choosing water more often. Small things like these may seem simple, but if done over years, they can become a huge investment in health. Like planting a small tree in the yard. Today it seems small, but 10 years later, that tree could be a beautiful shade shelter. The big takeaway: do these 5 drinks cause cancer? Now we come to the important question. Do these 5 drinks really cause cancer in the elderly? The answer needs to be understood wisely. Most health studies say that these drinks do not directly cause cancer by themselves. However, if consumed excessively over a very long period of time, some of them can increase the risk of cancer or other serious diseases. Let's recall the 5 drinks we discussed. Drinks with too much sugar, drinks that are too hot. Alcoholic drinks if consumed in excess, drinks with lots of artificial additives. Coffee with too much sugar and cream. All of these have one thing in common. The problem isn't the drink itself. The problem is long-term habitual overindulgence. As a wise saying from various cultures around the world says, too much of anything is usually bad. The human body is actually incredibly resilient. Even at 60, 70, or 80 years old, the body still has an incredible ability to maintain balance and repair itself. All we need to do is give it a chance. Ultimately, healthy living isn't about being perfect. Healthy living is about making small, better choices every day. Choosing simpler drinks, enjoying meals more calmly, giving the body time to rest, and most importantly, enjoying life with gratitude. Because health isn't just about longevity, but about days that feel light, peaceful, and full of happiness. Before this video truly ends, let me share a small message that may be simple, but very meaningful. Many people think that maintaining health in old age has to be complicated. There should be lots of rules, there should be lots of prohibitions. But the reality is often the opposite. Health in old age often comes from small things done mindfully every day. Like what we drink, how we enjoy life, and how we care for the body that has faithfully accompanied us for decades. A warm message to viewers: your body has come a long way. It has gone through many seasons of life, the energetic youth, the responsible work years, the time of raising a family, and countless stories. Your body has carried you through thousands of mornings and thousands of nights. Therefore, at this age, our body doesn't really ask for much. It just asks for a little attention, a little balance, and a little love. Sometimes that attention is very simple: choosing more natural drinks. Cut back on the sugar a little. Give your drinks time to cool down. and occasionally replace a sweet drink with a refreshing glass of water. Small changes like these may seem insignificant, but over time, these small habits can be a huge gift to our health. There's a wisdom we often grasp as we get older, that life doesn't have to be fast-paced. It doesn't have to be busy. Sometimes the most beautiful moments in life come from the quiet moments. Sitting quietly in the morning, taking a slow walk to enjoy the fresh air, talking with family, or simply enjoying a warm cup of coffee with gratitude. Simple things like these are often the source of the most genuine happiness. And good health gives us the opportunity to savor those moments longer. If you found this video helpful, I encourage you to do one small thing. Please hit the like button on this video, because your small support helps this video reach more people who might also need this information. You can also share this video with your friends, family, or loved ones, so they can also benefit from it. And if you'd like to continue receiving videos about health, a peaceful life, and inspiration in your later years, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. After that, please activate the notification bell, so you'll be notified of every new video. We want this channel to be a warm place, where we can learn together about healthy living and living happily in our golden years. We'd also love to hear from you. If you'd like, please share in the comments section. What drink do you enjoy most often every day? Is it tea, coffee, or perhaps another beverage that is your constant companion? Your story could be an inspiration to many people around the world. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video to the end. Time is precious, and your presence here truly means a lot. We hope every little bit of information we've shared today can help you maintain your health, maintain your energy, and enjoy life more peacefully. Remember one simple thing. You may be getting older, but the opportunity to live wisely, healthily, and gratefully is always there. Take care of your health. Enjoy each day with peace. And may your days always be filled with peace and happiness. See you again in the next video.